Yo, what's going on, guys? Back at it again with another video. So this is going to be a scalp trade that I took on gold. I'm going to be showing you guys how to scalp gold on a 1 minute time frame. Okay, I started the count at $1,000 and I was able to get into profit from 5,000. I was in a drawdown of negative $216, and then I closed the balance at 5,000. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that 1 minute scalp strategy. So let's get straight into it. So on gold, I saw this rising wedge pattern here, right here on the 4 hour. I always draw all my patterns on the higher time frames because they're a lot stronger and they confirm market movement better than the lower time frames. So I got to my higher time frame first. I started on the 4 hour. And then I went from the 15 to the 1 minute. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. So on the 4 hour, we had this rising wedge pattern. I draw the wicks on the bottom because I want to confirm the touches. So I like to see 3 touches on the outside of the like trend line on the rising wedge. I like to see 3. Once I draw out 3, then I know this wedge or trend line is confirmed. Okay, so that means I can trade it. So I wait for a close and a breakout on the 4 hour, which turns to here. Okay, there's 3 ways you can enter into the market. The first one is through a breakout. The second is through a candlestick pattern. And the third one is from Fibonacci. Okay, so in this case, in this scenario, we're going to be entering from a breakout. So the market was moving, okay, it was looking good. I thought that was going to be the break candle right there, and then boom. All right, now I was originally going to just place the trade on gold, and I was going to just hold it for long. I was actually going to hold it for long because I thought gold was going to drop a lot through my analysis. But something interesting happened on the time that gold moved. It moved 200 pips within 30 minutes. So that just told me, hey, I probably should scalp it, and it would be a good video for my channel. So let's go ahead and go over the 1 minute scalp strategy. So firstly, what we want to do is, the first thing is wait for the market to reach the 38.2 retracement. Okay, now I know you guys know about the famous 50% retracement and the 618 retracement, but remember, we are scalping on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so let me show you why. So the market moves like this, right? We're in a downtrend. Say we're in a downtrend here, market comes back up here, and then it comes back down, and it comes back up, right? And when you draw your fibs, we're in a downtrend, so you want to go to your lower high and you want to draw it to your lower low. And look at that, perfect 50% and 618 retracement. So that's how the market normally moves. Okay, but guys, we are on the 1 minute time frame, so especially on gold, and it moves quick. So what happens actually with gold is it moves like this. It's shorter bursts. You see the difference between here and this line here? It's a big difference. From the 1 minute time frame, you'll see it here, and normally you'll see this on other time frame, perfect retracements. So that's why we want to wait for that 38.2 retracement so we can actually get into the market, because the market is not going to pull back too much on the 1 minute. Okay, so the second thing we do once the market reaches the 38.2 is we have to wait for confirmation, whether that's a candlestick pattern, a break of support, or resistance. Okay, those are the 2 confirmations you can wait for to enter to the market. And then 3 things that we should look for. Okay, a close above the 12 EMA. So let's go ahead and set that up. So if you want to put the 12 EMA, you go up to indicators. I'm using TradingView right now. Okay, and all you have to do is search up EMA. Okay, you're gonna double click that. All right, and it should pop up here. All you're gonna do is double click it, and you're gonna change the length to 12, and then you can style it however you want. You know, you want to do this, do that. I put the thickness to the second one, whatever color you want, and there you go. And now you have your 12 EMA. Okay, so if the market closes above the 12 EMA, you do not want to trade. And if you're in a trade, you want to get out the trade, because that's the first sign of a reversal. The second sign is when you see signs of support and resistance. So when the market starts to build support or resistance, you want to watch the market. Don't enter the trade right away, because showing those signs could end up in a reversal as well. And then 50% of retracement on the Fibonacci. Now, this is not like a certain flag, but you want to watch it, because on the 1 minute time frame, if the market is going on the 50% retracement, that means either bullish or bearish, whatever the trend is starting to pick up. And that's also showing signs that they might push the market higher or lower if it's going back up to the 50 retracement. So you want to be careful with that. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this market replay. I'm just looking at the trade that I took here. All right. So let's go down. So what I did end up doing was, once I saw that break, I went down to the 15-minute chart. All right. And then boom, I got here and I saw this consolidation right in this area. And what I wanted was the market to break out of this zone before I got into a trade. Okay. So that's what I did. So I waited. I actually went down to that, guys. Getting text messages. I forgot to put my phone on silent. All right. So here you see the zone. I went down to the 5 minute. Okay. And I'm just waiting for my entry. I'm waiting for the market to start pushing down. Okay. That didn't really convince me enough. So I brought it back. I brought it back a little bit lower. I didn't really like that break. That's the break I like. And I entered the trade right here. So this is, I was still, at this moment, I was still looking at gold for long. But then the market did something interesting. It was going up. Let's see what here. The market was concerned. This is when I was actually in drawdown. So let me go ahead and put the short position here. As y'all can see, I was in drawdown at this point. I have a picture somewhere on the corner here, or if I didn't show it already. I was in drawdown. I'm taking a long trade, and then the market did this, right? It did this long push, and I think gold already dropped like more than 100 pips. And this was a Friday. It was around, I would say 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, and the market was gonna close that day. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to hold my trade over the weekend. Let me just actually scalp gold. So that's what I ended up doing. So I actually ended up watching this now in the 1 minute. So you guys see, this was my first entry right there. And I just let that drop. I kept watching that drop. As you guys see on the left hand corner, gold was just pushing down. I was watching it and I was like, whoa. And I was like $800 in profit. So the account right now is at $1,800. Okay. And market just kept pushing. So I was like, all right, we're going to scalp this. So this is when I dropped down to the 1 minute time frame. So go ahead and load. All right. So we're on the 1 minute time frame now. Okay. As you guys can see. All right. Let's go ahead and delete this, because you guys will be able to see the profits from the side. Okay. So what I did was I drew my retracements from the top here. Okay. I drew it right above here, and I pushed the market all the way back down. So what I wanted was the market to get back here on the 1 minute time frame. So it kept dropping. I moved it down a little bit more. Right above there. Market pushed up. And then there we go. Right here. We touched the 38.2. So this is the perfect time to enter the trade. Okay. But remember, the second thing we have to do is wait for confirmation. All right. So we got there. All right. And this was my inside candlestick pattern. So I'm like, okay. So the market looks like it's going to drop. And then that's when I entered at 3 lots right there. Okay, you guys see on the video, I entered in at 3 lots right there, and now market's pushing up. I'm floating around $100, $200 in profit right now. I was scalping gold, dollar yen, and GU all at the same time. I was gonna close those soon, but then as you guys see, now I'm like $300 in profit. The market was dropping good, so now market created this this lower low here, so I drew this zone. All right, and then I was able to draw my fibs again on this lower high, and I just dragged it down, and I just continued to follow it as the market was pushing. All right, okay, it created here and then broke. All right, so we keep drawing that down. Now I have a new area where I want to, and then we got it here. We're waiting. I got in again at 3 lots here, as you guys see in the video as well. Okay, just because we hit here. Now I traded this strategy for a long time, and I know how the market moves, so I honestly didn't really wait for confirmation because I saw the market dropping fast. So I was just like, I broke my own rule. You shouldn't do that. Make sure you follow the rules. But for me, I was comfortable enough to enter again at 3 lots. This dollar right here, I actually entered that really late. So I wonder if that's in the video. Yes, it is in the video. So what happened was I entered at 3 lots, and then I wanted to enter again. But remember, I was scalping GU. So when I went to the market execution, it actually executed for a standard on GU. So I had to close that trade and then get back into gold. And by the time I got back to market execution on gold, market already was all the way down here. And you know, me not being my disciplined self, I entered at a standard, but then I ended up getting out at like negative $80. So it wasn't too bad. But okay, so I entered here again, waited, I drew fibs down one more time. Okay, wait for that retracement. You want to wait for that 38.2 retracement. Always wait for that, and then wait for the confirmation. All right, so we're going up, back up here. Boom. All right, let's draw that out here. All right, we're going back up here. All right, so we hit the 38.2 retracement, and we have another inside candlestick pattern. All right, I like the pressure, so I entered again with those 3 bearish candles. Enter right there again. Now we have another lower low. I drew my zone of support, and then I watched the market drop again. As you guys can see, I entered at a 4 lot size. I think this is the last trade I took. I was about $800 in profit, and I was watching the market drop, and then I closed my trade here. And then again, drew fibs. All right. Boom. All right. And this would have been a perfect entry. This right here, this 1, 2, 3 on 38.2. I don't know why I didn't enter again. I think I was just done scalping it. It already dropped like 200 pips. So I was good. I didn't really need to continue. I could have kept the trade though, because gold was just dropping like crazy. So I just kept pulling out fibs, 38% retracement. So I was like, oh dang, gold is still dropping. All right, let's draw another. Let's draw another one here. All right. All right, so we got another zone here. So I drew again this retracement, and then this support zone right here. All right. So what actually stopped me from trading, getting into the market again, was this 50% retracement. Now, this is not a big red flag. You can get a good entry, like right here, like you could have entered the market. Okay, but usually I don't like the 50% retracement because that tells me that the market might reverse soon. Okay, so this was the candle right here where I was like, okay, yeah, I'm done trading. This candle right here closed right above that 12 EMA, as you can see. So that was my first reason why I didn't want to get back into the market. The second reason was here. Now, what can you tell from this zone right here? This little area right here. What's going on there? You see the difference between this lower low, lower high? What did the market do? It broke the structure. This small structure, it broke it. Same thing here. This lower low, lower high. Market broke through it. It retested it and broke. But here, you can see the market created this support, came back down, and now it's resisting, right? It can't break this. So this tells me that this is showing signs of support. So I was like, okay, market seems like it's going to reverse because it's struggling to break this little support. Market was not pushing down anymore. And then this confirmed it for me. This candle right here, I was like, okay, I'm done scalping gold. I got my profits for the day. And I believe market after that, it just kept going up. It just reversed at that point. Yep. And that was it. And I took my profits for the day, 1,000 to 5,000. Can't argue with that. It was an amazing trade, amazing scalp. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how we scalp gold. This strategy specifically works for gold. I don't use it for really any other currency pairs because gold moves differently and it's at a higher volatile market. So you can catch pips like that on the 1 minute. As far as like GU and the dollar yen, you're not gonna get as much pips, and it's not gonna move like this on the 1 minute. It's not. So I would stick this strategy to gold, and I will also only use this strategy when you have a higher time frame break, which use ascending, descending flag, wedges, triangle patterns. You can use it on breakout as well, symmetric triangles. All those patterns that you use, you want to wait for a break on the higher time frame first, and then you can go ahead and switch to the lower time frames, and you can get into trades, and you can pretty much I caught pretty much this whole 4-hour candle right here, this whole thing on the 1 minute time frame, getting in at a higher lot size. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That was the trade. The first thing you want to do is wait for the market to reach 38.2. Wait for confirmation, enter the trade, and then also look for these red flags here, which is the close above the 12 EMA, signs of support and resistance, and 50% Fibonacci retracement. Those 3 signs are going to help you to not get into the market and also avoid losing trades. Okay, now losing trades is inevitable. Okay, so use this at your own risk. Okay, make sure you forward test it on a demo. Don't go live. Don't put your live money in the market and start using this strategy. Make sure you back test it. Well, actually, you can't really back test this because I don't think TradingView allows you to go too far back on the 1 minute. So forward test it on a demo. See how you do, practice, because this is a lot of execution and a lot of pressure because you're pretty much putting your whole account on the line to do this flip. So make sure you know what you're doing. You got enough practice in on the demo account to actually execute this. Okay, guys, so please, if you have a small account, $100 to $1,000, I do not recommend doing this. I do not recommend trading gold. You should not even be touching gold if you don't have at least $3,000 to $5,000 in your account. Like even $1,000 is pushing it. If you're a new trader, if you're an experienced trader, that's fine. But if you're a new trader, you shouldn't be touching gold. Work on currencies first, and then you can move on to the next phase. But if you want to play around with this and you want to test it on a demo, that's good, because then you get that experience and you keep practicing, you keep training your mind, and then you can execute consistently so you can become a consistent trader. Okay, so that's really the game, right? Trading psychology, money management, those are always first. I always say this because everyone's looking for that key strategy. Okay, this strategy, it loses, of course. It's not 100% winning strategy. Nothing is. You have to be prepared for the losses. So make sure you execute this and you practice and you forward test this on a demo, not a live. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was the scalp trade that I took from flipping the account, making a 492%. I hope you gain a lot of knowledge from it. For new traders, you know, just keep training yourself, keep watching videos, keep practicing, do demo. I hope you guys enjoyed the strategy. I'm going to be dropping some more videos soon. I just got my mic, so audio is a lot better. So I'm going to be doing GU soon. I got another video for that. And the dollar yen, I got a video for that as well. And I got some EMA strategies, simple EMA beginner strategies that you guys can use to become profitable traders. And then eventually throughout later in time, you can trade price, just price action alone. And I'm also going to be teaching you guys that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Leave a comment, like, share. Please subscribe if you like the content and you want to keep watching more videos and learn. Okay, I'm going to be dropping a lot of knowledge on this channel. So I hope you guys stay in profit. We out.